The students who come to the CGA, they immediately recognize that this is something unique, this is something very special. The things that really strike me as unique is its emphasis on teaching and a real sincere commitment to making the classroom an opportunity to grow both academically and professionally.
The professors are great. They're practitioners and scholars, so they have a really deep knowledge base that they're sharing with you academically, but also practically.
I like to try methods that get students deeply involved in a hands-on way.
The amount of reworking and remodifying and adapting these courses is an ongoing process, based on student experience, but also based on what's happening in the real world.
Which is why you see at CGA the emergence quite frequently of new concentrations and new programs and new teaching areas.
Diversity is just kind of a given that we see just for our student body, as well as for our faculty. I'm teaching international relations. Of my 18 students, I have 9 different countries represented.
I have classmates from the Philippines, from Indonesia, from Ethiopia. Getting these different perspectives has been incredible.
It's not just diversity in terms of where people are from and their culture, but also their age and their experience.
There are very few times in life where people from so many different parts of the world can sit down and talk, sort of all moving towards the same goal.
And a lot of us want to work in countries that we are not from, and so having that cross-cultural exchange, I think, is really important.
This actually contributes to a really vibrant interaction, which is good for everyone and expands the range of topics that we can cover in any class.
It's really, I think, one of, hands down, the best parts of the Center for Global Affairs.
The guest lectures that come into class are complements to whatever we're learning.
Being in New York is a huge advantage because all kinds of people come through here whose knowledge, whose work is extremely relevant to the class.
We bring in people from the non-governmental sector as well as from the private sector, from the United Nations, from the US government, to share their experiences, to share their career trajectories, and to give sort of career advice. Our public events very much sort of mirror our 8 concentrations. So we are sort of thinking about how we conceptualize global affairs through our 8 concentrations, and then how we sort of build out from there how we curate our public events.
The fact that these events are opened to the public means that sometimes interesting things happen in these events that are newsworthy.
You're actually now able to not only listen to, but question and interrogate real practitioners.
We examine issues in a diverse way, in a thoughtful debate style, as a space for better understanding the rapid changes that are taking place in the world.
Internships are a chance to make vital contacts for future jobs.
The internships are great at giving me new perspectives on the field that I want to go into.
I'm concentrating in international development and humanitarian assistance. So my internship is teaching human rights and peace building to middle schools in New York City.
In my own case, because of my UN connections, I like to support students to try to get these internships.
Whatever experiences and things I learned from all those internships, I carry it with me now. It informs a lot of my decision making and research that I do on a regular basis.
CGA has these amazing field intensives. We usually run anywhere from 6 to 8 field intensives per academic year.
The global field intensives take what you learn in the classroom and apply it in a field setting.
The Global Field Intensive was a really amazing experience because it allowed you to interact with people in the country in a way that just as, a traveler on your own, you never would be able to.
One of the most important things that anyone can do today is to be adaptable and to be sort of cognitively flexible.
You have the opportunity to study so many different things that fall within the global affairs umbrella. Nothing exists in a vacuum, and once we graduate and once we get out into the world, we're going to need background knowledge in sort of all of these fields if we really want to make a positive impact on the world.
All of my professors are just extremely experienced and gracious. I'm not so afraid to fail. I know that they're going to be there supporting me.
I've seen our students make a difference in so many different ways and in so many different places. I appreciate the fact that the Center for Global Affairs gave them that sort of sense of empowerment that they can do anything, and that gave them the skills and the knowledge to do it.